Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about what makes a good villain. And of course, by good, I mean bad.
Because bad is good to us.
Every story needs an adversary that serves as the opposition to the hero character. Villains help drive the conflict, move the plot along, and capture the audience's attention. Without them, a hero's story isn't worth telling. Let's go over some fundamental qualities that every great villain should possess. It is important for villains to have clear and well-defined motivations because it helps viewers to better understand the root cause of their villainy. When a villain has a compelling reason to carry out their devious plans, it humanizes their character and adds tension to the conflict. Motivation doesn't merely tell viewers what a villain wants. It shows them how badly they want it and the lengths they are willing to go to pursue their desires. Whether they are getting revenge, gaining riches, or punishing a cruel world, having a strong motive makes the villain powerful and a lot scarier. Captain Hook is a great example of a villain with a compelling motive. His hatred toward Peter Pan is driven by his desire to get revenge on him for past trauma that Peter has inflicted upon him, cutting off his hand and throwing it to the crocodile.
That cursed beast liked the taste of me so well, he's followed me ever since, licking his chops for the rest of me.
And evidently, it still continues to haunt him every day.
Smee! Smee! Oh, save me, Smee, please! Don't let him get me, Smee, please! Don't let him get me, Smee! Smee!
A good villain is able to take control in any situation that might be thrown their way. Villains often use manipulation tactics to gain control by influencing the thoughts and feelings of other characters. Sometimes villains may use guilt and indignation to make their victims feel bad for not doing what they want. Like how Mother Gothel tried to make Rapunzel feel bad for leaving the tower by guilt-tripping her.
How did you find me?
Oh, it was easy, really. I just listened for the sound of complete and utter betrayal and followed that.
Villains may also use manipulation to create an air of authority, to look powerful, and persuade other characters to do their bidding. A great example of this is Judge Claude Frollo. He frequently uses his status as the Archdeacon of Notre Dame to manipulate Quasimodo and make him feel inferior.
And what are your friends made of, Quasimodo?
Stone.
Can stone talk?
No, it can't.
Villains may even use manipulation to lie about their true intentions and make characters believe that they can't trust their own instincts. For instance, Jafar lied to Princess Jasmine, telling her that he had sentenced the boy she had met to death, when in reality, he was using Aladdin to retrieve the genie's lamp from the Cave of Wonders.
I need a young pair of legs and a strong back to go in after it.
By manipulating situations to their advantage, villains are able to further their own interests and put their dastardly deeds into motion. A good villain has a sinister mind and will stop at nothing to accomplish their goals. They don't care who or what they may harm in the process, as long as they are benefiting. There are several attributes that these characters commonly tend to share. Many true villains are immoral. Oftentimes, they are willing to violate standard moral principles in order to reach their objectives. This is because they believe so deeply in the righteousness of their own cause that they no longer think the normal moral code applies to them. The coachman from Pinocchio is a very immoral villain. He gathers up young boys and takes them to Pleasure Island, a place where they turn into donkeys. Then he sells them for profit.
You boys have had your fun. Now pay for it.
Effective villains are also intelligent. They devise well-crafted plans, and they don't make obvious mistakes. An intelligent villain is always a couple steps ahead and poses a real challenge for the hero. Ratigan is constantly demonstrating his intellect as he schemes to overthrow the queen and deceives the hero into falling for his trap.
I had so many ingenious ideas, I didn't know which to choose. So I decided to use them all.
Usually, villains are primarily concerned about themselves. They have no regard for others. Getting what they want is all that matters to them. Prince John is a perfect example of this. He brings the entire town of Nottingham into poverty by charging ridiculously high taxes.
Taxes! Taxes! Beautiful, lovely taxes!
These and other attributes help drive villains to commit evil actions. A good villain is three-dimensional and experiences a range of emotions and behaviors. Complex characters interact with other characters in ways that allow the viewer to understand them more fully. They also contribute to the development of the plot. A complex villain that comes to mind is Cruella de Vil.
Blast this pen! Blast this wretched pen! Ah!
Throughout the movie, we are introduced to many different sides of her character. One minute she is casually chatting and laughing, and next thing you know, she's blown a fuse. The complexity of her character makes her rather unpredictable. You never quite know what side she will show next. The high-class, yet overbearing socialite, or the psychotic lunatic that wants to skin innocent puppies for a fur coat. This makes Cruella de Vil an extremely interesting character, one who can provoke a variety of unpleasant emotions from viewers, including sadness, anger, and disgust. So, what makes a good villain? Well, they need to have a strong motive to explain why they do what they do. They take control of the situation they are in and can adjust accordingly when things don't go the way they plan. They are evil and willing to commit heinous deeds if it will work in their favor. A good villain shows complexity and adds to the development of the story. Love them or hate them, every story needs a great villain.